everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield. I'm a professional dance choreographer and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States. And we're going to be taking a look at Number I's GOAT, but this is the choreography video, which is great. It does come across looking like a dance practice. Pretty pumped about this because I've seen the performance version and I've seen the music video. So now taking a look here at the actual choreography and getting to analyze it, hopefully as a one take. I think that's going to be super fun for all of us, and those of you who've been a part of the journey with just seeing the performance and the music video, it's been really, really enjoyable just to be able to meet you guys and be able to hear extra insight on where this group originally came from and how they are starting as a trio. So I just can't wait. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check it out. I really like this. A lot cleaner. Come on. Hey. I do like that hold that goes right into it. It's fun. Go, 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 go. That was a nice cannon. You didn't get to see that as clearly. That was fun. It's also the first time I saw verse 2 choreo because I didn't have that in that performance video. Initial thoughts, I like it. I really, really, really like that first verse and how they chose to do the formations and the visuals. I love that a lot. My one note, of course, whenever we're doing like a dance practice kind of equivalent type of take, I always prefer, technically we have not seen this choreography in a one take yet. Personally, I always would love to see that because it just shows the practicality of the live performance kind of take you would give, because you know live performance is the one take, right? What you do is what you do. And I do know they probably did that little cut just to make it be just as full and clean and clear and get their best takes because they can, and I think that's fine. That's just an in general note that I would give to anybody. When it comes to groups or trios or anybody that is doing a choreography take, I want to see the choreography, and part of the impressiveness that comes with it is seeing it as a one take, just in this particular format, because we've already seen a visual of it in the performance video and in the music video. That's just my one little note, not even a big issue, but from the top here, I really like it. I wasn't expecting some of the choices they made here because, you know, like I've said, I've been very saturated in kind of what to expect with this because I've already seen 2 different takes of it. How they brought it through look how much cleaner they are here. They're pushing and projecting forward, using the opposition of the chest to really help showcase that visual. Camera work is definitely helping them with that, but it is really nice to see this. I think it's a great choice, and all of them are vibing similarly in the types of fits that they have. I would say it's different textiles, but definitely like having them, some of them have a full zip, these two have more of like that kind of what is it? It's a leather. That's not leather, but do you know what I mean? Like it's definitely just different materials, and it works really well. The vibe, maybe velvet. Yeah, velvet. Switching it through, I love that boom, 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 boom. Like I really like this right here. And Riyahara, I really like her choreography. I do. I like her grooves. I like her choices because she chooses sometimes like it's not risk taking, but sometimes it's more of like a not the path most trodden, you know. And I like it because it does showcase different ways to showcase a particular groove that you may hear. She does it in a way that's just a little bit different, and it's fun, and I love it. It helps you enjoy what she's doing. I like this here where they go and they dip it down to a little butterfly action, hitting it through, and then it looks over, and then notice they take it, and I think they reverb or they vibrate it over to the side, or they add a little extra rebounds to it, and I love that choice, which is cool. Switching it through, that dum dum dum, love that too, really great. And that dee 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 dee, and I like how they take it and then they build it. It's really nice. They do have very similar visuals like what we were seeing from in the performance take, which is cool. Now here, notice that half of them have it about right here, and one of them has it a little bit higher. So that'd be a little baby thing to refine and make sure we're on the same page on. And I love how he hits it right there in it, and they accent with the chest. That was super cool. Dipping it through like that, of course. Once again, we drop it down, like the action, what's happening where they've dropped a lower level. It helps us see our feature a little bit easier. I like that choice right there with the wave. I'm always a waving fan for sure, obviously, because I'm a waver, but switch it through ding, ding, ding. This doesn't look nearly as awkward as it did in those hallways, which also proves that location and just trying to troubleshoot how things kind of work and regulate through a space versus just doing the choreo in an open room. It just feels different, and you feel more comfortable, and they have more time to work on the choreo here than before that performance film. Per my natural assumption, you let me know if I'm even close. But in general though, I really, really, really like this. That boom, boom, bet. I like that because it built it. Of course, camera work does help, but they were able to show it through their movement by having that tension, and they pull that tension down to hear and help us hear it as well, which was really, really nice. Yeah, that da-da-da-da-da is a nice little gimmicky motion right there, which was really fun. Yep. Once again, we kind of push it like we did in the very beginning, but he kind of pushed the camera back. Love that. He hit it through. I think my one note would be, notice how some of them, you know, like one, it could be a chest thing, I'm not sure. Let me actually see them do this. Okay, hold on. Let me actually see this. It's by two right here. So they used their head to create, it was like a subtle head ISO, but nothing crazy. It was more just a going from point A to point B. It was like time stops is really what they did. Little baby head ISO to help cater to that. So I really like that, and I love having a little bit of a, not puppeting, but that little maestro action where he kind of influences the other two, which I like. It's cool. Much, much cleaner than what they've done in the performance tape. They've already kind of low-key fixed a lot of things that I had talked about. I love how he built it down and he brought it back up. Really fun to see. Now for me, I wish we didn't have to do that, but I get it. That's life. On the new go. This right here, I love how they go, goat! And then I just yelled that, I'm sorry. Goat, and then it gets really subtle. Like, it's fun. Like, I love how they built that. That makes me want to learn it a lot more. Like this little bit right here. Yep, I'd say he was just a little bit too, he looks a little too slow there, if you notice. These two had it in lockdown. His was just a little bit more. But notice that these two really dipping it down, dee dee boom. And he's taking a more like shoulder approach by bending that arm. So that's my little note right there. Well, some have it more so down by the chest, some have it a little bit higher. You know, so that'd be my little baby note just to clarify that. But it's still freaking cool. That right here, dee dee dee, nice to actually see that. And then we go, 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 go with little shoots. Much cleaner. Because they're not in a freaking hallway traveling down to make sure they don't hit something. Go, 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 go. Nice. And they go back down, make him look a little more subtle, and they go, Papa! Beginning verse 2, new information we're given. Love it. They're giving a very nice, you know, not lanky, but they're making it where you have a lot of bobbles and you have a lot of weight looseness that's in play for this, and I think that's really fun to see. Oh, the kick, da 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 da, and I like the switch of the feet. That was nice. Switch you get through, and if he throws it and causes them to transition, that was a great choice. Pulls up the sleeves, boom, boom, boom. Nice little wordplay action. They go, oh, okay. It's like a little bit one of those little hype guys. And they're doing a good job of hyping each other. And they also have these natural, like, looking at each other interactions, which really works for a track like this. It looks great. Yeah, he even turns it in. It goes, dun, 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 and then they all come in. They go, what? Very conversational. It helps me want to kind of hear what they're saying. Of course, I'm not really like, I mean, they probably have, they don't really have like English on this, but I did see what the translation was when I watched the music video. So I'm kind of aware of what they're talking about. I like that right there. A little gangsta walk action, which was nice in the transition. Yeah, right there. And go dee. I like how they hit that. It's subtle. It does feel more laid back. It feels like, oh, I could pop off, but I'm not. It's a conversation, you know? And it works well because they do showcase popping off or going more full in other sections, which makes those parts not look like, oh, he doesn't know how to do it. But he does. It's just a choice, an active choice for him, which I think is really cool. Ending it through. I love how he pulls him in. It was a nice little extra moment over on stage, right? But then he looks over, and then they great way to get your feature with everybody else right back into play. That right there. Love that. We all dip down. Love the personality showcase here. They go, ah! They go away. That was cool. That was cool. Having them all react to it. And then we got the Frozen. I love that. Throwing him forward. I think that's fun. Right there. Dee. It's just a nice little gimmick, a little like, ha, you know, it's fun. Yeah, right there. We're right back into it. Go, they dip it, and then they sway with the hips. So they dip it down with the hip, and then the hips create this like diagonal kind of sway about it. It's cool. That was cleaner. Doo. Dipping it through. Nice. Yep. Let's go. Nice little hit him, folks, a little bit. Spacing, which is a smidgen off in that stage, in stage right. Now this part right here is curious for me. I don't know if this is a separate video or not. Maybe not, I don't know. Just how they keyframe that, you can possibly get away with another cut, but it's so close call. I wouldn't call it that. The switchy through, boom. I love that switch over. It's cool. Yeah, it was still really cool. Boom, ran it through. It's very clear. We can very clearly see what's going on here much more than what was happening in the performance video. Here's the thing. Performance video was freaking sick. It was awesome. But here, you get to see the actual choreography and the artistry of it, and that's what I love. They bring it back in. Of course, you can see spacing just a smidgen off, or maybe he's a little too far in, so that'd be my note. Or my guy on stage left, he could, oh no. Anyways, my marker wasn't markering. My guy over here, he could have just scooted out just a smidge. But I love the cannon. So if you don't know what a cannon is, it's different than a ripple. Cannon is essentially where there's different types too. So for here, it's you have somebody do a sequence, and when they start a sequence, their move 1, after they go to move 2, the second person does move 1 while they're in move 2. Then when my first guy does move 3, second guy does move 2, third guy does move 1. So that's why it's like they're kind of like playing copycat almost. It's really fun. It's like a little echo almost. I love that cannon though, so let's talk about it. See if I can get back to it. Yeah, it's just a nice little, you know, little James Brown vibes about it, which is cool. So as you get through, I love the switching where they go around. Great transition. And notice too, there's the beauty of the mirrors staying symmetrical and balanced, because if you have one person move and then the other person move, but they move kind of at off times, it doesn't feel as balanced in the transition. And your transitions, a lot of times people forget how important they are, and sometimes it's okay to make them a moment, right? Sometimes we always have to assume that content has to be the moment or your formation, but sometimes transitions can really help in the digestibility of your movement, but also showcase a different way for us to be captivated by it. So I really love the fact that we were very diligent to make sure that having our guys, after we do our canon, they transition around the same time to get where they need to go in a timely manner, but also still keeping your feature nice and centered for him to continue with that James Brown influenced footwork. This to really help us showcase and see that. I love that here. They go down, have a nice moment. They go traveling it forward. I love they go boom, boom, da, 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 building up the energy. Yeah, I love that. Da, da, da. That's very, very full here. It feels like we're really packing it all in, and they're showing the buildability of this type of routine where they were popping off and they were doing a fantastic job with that laid back vibe. But here, showcasing this shoot with more power and prowess now compared to what I saw earlier is really, really impressive, because I'm not expecting that a lot of times. Normally I expect them to look more tired, but I really love the elevation of the performance and energy here. So I don't know if that was a choreographic choice or if it was a them choice. I love whoever made that choice. But right here, having this moment, they go, woo, and they kind of stiffen up the body to lower it so we can have our center have a nice little moment once again, and they switch it up. I really love having this where they do a little crossover, take it up like they're about to throw it down. I love it. They bring it up, sliding it through. It can be very you have to be careful when you do such dense choreo like this, where if you lose or miss a move, you get off. And that's something with Rhea Hade. If you miss a move, sometimes depending on the complexity of her choreo to the track it is or what section it is, you can get very behind very quickly. Here, they do a great job of staying together in that, because you see da da da, and then we immediately have to go to a different range. And that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like, you have to be on it the whole time. Right there, ding ding, slowing it, then throwing it down. Love it, right there. Then we're taking it. Then we're taking it back. Then we're taking it over side, and then we're taking it to the front. So it gives direction, like it's showcasing amazing staging. But not only that, arms are showcasing a different dynamic or technique. Going back, you gotta throw, you gotta drop. So like utilization of the back is definitely a little bit different here. And I love it. And here's the thing, I love Rhea Hade's choreo on these groups. I've seen some of her stuff on ATs. I've taken her classes before in an online dance content format. I've seen her with Number I. I've seen her hand in a lot of different choreos, and I have really liked a lot of them. Most, if not all of them so far. It's just fun. It's gimmicky. It feels like it matches the aesthetic of the track so well, and it makes me want to enjoy it with them. And they have a level of commitment to it that really helps. So if anything, she does a good job with who she works with. So that's a big thing too. I hope they stick with her, because I like her movement quality on their stuff like this. If they do concepts like this, I think it's great. But also, I like seeing people explore different concepts with their choreographers, so we get to see a choreographer's fingerprints in a different concept. It's just fun. Switching it through, boom, right here, and then they go into a nice groove with a little bit of a hinge action. And then notice they go from back right here into that same groove that they do in the very beginning, in their initial focal point choreo. And that's why this works as like kind of like a bookend conclusion, because it's tying in a lot of pockets that they explore throughout the track. They're showcasing here. But it's like a groove. Well, it's not like a groove. It is a groove, where notice this is more subtle. It gives them more like, we just popped off and now we're just kind of hanging out. Yeah, boom, here. And then of course we're continuing to pop up right here, bring it up, nice little MC walk to present forward. Not quite the cleanest on that. I really feel like they all could kind of dive the same way, but the beauty of an MC walk a lot of times is showcasing your individuality. It's called an MC walk because MCs would walk like that as they would rap. It's kind of fun. Switching it through, nice and chill, woo, and then they finish. A bit anticlimactic, to be honest, but also I don't mind it. It's fun, and if you're familiar with the track, you don't care, So I am very much a fan of this. A huge elevation in comparison to what I saw for the performance, and the performance version was absolutely fine. A really great introduction for me into the J-pop scene for sure. I think technically this is Number I's GOAT was the first J-pop reaction analysis that I had done for YouTube. And so this is really fun to kind of see a dance practice format of it, and it's kind of opened up other J-pop groups in my line of sight that I kind of have on standby for whenever the opportunity comes to be able to take a look at them in a big context, and this was really, really nice to see this, because I feel like I finally got to see Rhea Hade's movement really showcase as the focal point, not the other color gradings and the transitions. Because here's the thing, those are cool and they have a place, and they did have their place in those videos. In the music video, astronomically incredible when it comes to some of the choices. Having the goats, 3 literal goats in a picture frame in a freaking like what is it? A conference room. Like, that's hilarious. I love it. And I know GOAT, greatest of all time. Like, I do understand that they have a huge pull because of their track record with their former group. Like, that's a really big statement, but also they've held it down within their industry and in their realm. So that's super dope. And I'm very, very excited to see what else comes down the pipeline for Number I in that regard, because this was really, really cool. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch. If you want to see more Number I or J-pop in general, I always post it on Patreon first, and there are a couple of reactions that are on Patreon. They can't make it to YouTube because of copyright, because depending on the country and depending on the group, sometimes organizations and entertainment agencies do not like how it is reproduced in the format that I have it. So if you want to see more of Number I doesn't really have a problem getting on YouTube, which is fine. It's other ones that are a little bit tricky. I always post on Patreon first, but it does make its way to YouTube in a pretty timely manner because I am pretty caught up on them, and so they're a real-time reaction for me. Thank you guys once again for taking the time to watch. Like I've said, I'm Jess, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye!